Well, good morning, Get Wrecked for Recovery crew. So it's day 26 of the Redeeming Eden Cycle Tour. RECT, Get Wrecked for Recovery. A 48-state, 4-year ride for addiction recovery awareness. Each day I pedal for someone who's passed away from addiction. And the whole end goal is to build a rehab. And this is state number 34 and a half, Michigan, on the ride to RAGBRAI 2022. A 4,500-mile loop around the Midwest, Ohio to Erie Trail, Michigan's Upper Peninsula, west to Glacier National, south to Yellowstone, and east to RAGBRAI the last week of July. And it's all to raise awareness that addiction recovery options are available, that you don't have to die in your addiction. There's churches, Celebrate Recoveries, and rescue missions all over the nation, all over the world, that just want to help you and talk to you and love you if you find yourself battling addiction. So yeah, I'm here at the Firehouse Inn. Had a super peaceful night's sleep last night. I actually fell asleep watching YouTube videos. I rarely get the chance to do that, like to do any me time, and I was just here so early yesterday that I had me time. It was nice. Anyway, yeah, so a couple of things I didn't mention yesterday. A huge reason that this little downtime was even possible, while I was praying yesterday morning, literally in prayer, Mark Campbell and his family, who rode with me earlier in Michigan, had sent a $300 donation. And so, like, I was trying to figure out, you know, how to make everything work. And that was just like, oh, okay. So thank you, Mark. And then when I got in the truck yesterday with Tom to come over the bridge, I was asking him while I was loading the bike, I was like, so, you get any cycle tourists usually around this time of year? And he was like, no. And just his answer alone let me realize how absurd what I'm doing really is. Anyway, it's not going to get over 31 degrees today. The good news is, though, it's not snowing. So it's clear. It looks like a great ride. And yeah, I'm going to ride down the hill, grab some breakfast. I'm going to try to get a haircut today at some point in time. And go over to Mackinac Island and just kind of take my time. I think the ferry leaves at 11:30 and the last one leaves at 5. So I've got 5.5 hours to explore the island and see the things and show them to you guys. So with all that being said, I need to get on the road, and you'll see more of that right about now. All right, so I just bought tickets for the ferry ride over on the Chippewa. I'm about to roll the bike over. I tell you what, Dan Rabourn, if it weren't for you, I promise you I wouldn't be going over here. That was $58. $39 for me for the round trip and $14 for the bike. When I got 2 Cokes. So $54. But still, that's as expensive as I think the New Jersey to the Manhattan ferry was. Like, that's super expensive. Anyway, let's go see what's over there. Well, I'm on the ferry. I'm on the ferry. The coldest ferry I've ever been on before. I can promise you that. When I walked up, there was a lady named Patty that was in line, and so as I stood there, she was like, "Where are you riding to?" And so I told her, and she was like, "I think I've seen you on Facebook. Did you do like the CNO in Gap last year?" I was like, "I did." So that's so cool. Nice meeting you, Patty. Thanks for the good conversation. And yeah, I'm really hoping it gets warmer. The guy that loaded my bike was like, "It's a little cold to be bike touring." And I was like, it is. He was like, well, I was expecting you to say, oh, no, it's not. I was like, no, it's a little cold to be bike touring. Alright, so made it to beautiful Mackinac Island. I don't know about the beauty yet, but I will tell you that one of the things that people kept telling me was that there are no vehicles allowed on this island. I mean, some of the people have them, you know, to do some work, but if you're going anywhere, you're either going on foot, on bicycles, or on horseback. So, like, this is like back in time. I really wish that Martha's Vineyard would have stuck to this way. Either way though, I'm kind of excited to check it out, and I'm excited to show it to y'all. So let's go see it. Alright, so I had to stop here for a minute. Oh my goodness. By the way, I also feel somewhat like these trees. One side of me is very, very cold with this wind. Okay, so the first real, main attraction, I guess, of riding the sloop is the Devil's Kitchen, and I think it's so funny. You know, it's just like Jesus to do something like this for somebody as silly as me. There's icicles. You know, what do they say when hell freezes over? I think this is that day. Look at how clear this water is. Like, I thought you could only get that kind of blue in the Caribbean, you know, like warmer temperatures, salt water. I had no idea water could do this in the winter in fresh water. Absolutely gorgeous, and super icy too. I tell you what, that last little stretch coming around past the bridge back here, I was straight into the wind. My face is actually probably pretty red. I can't really see it, but it was cold. badly I want to get in that water. But I had no idea you could come to the Bahamas in Michigan. This is wild. This is wildly, beautifully amazing. Alright, I thought you guys should hear what this sounds like riding through this snow. There's like a layer of ice underneath it. It has got squirrely on me a couple times, I will say that. I hope that I don't wreck. But it's not as complicated as I thought it was going to be. Alright, my GoPro battery died there. Anyway, it's not as complicated as I thought it was going to be. But there's still like something inside of me that's like, don't do it. I think that's what I love about it the most. Alright, so I just came around the island. There's a Eagle Point cave that I see on Google. And I don't want to risk trying to ride the bike up the hill, so I'm going to hike to it. Thought it was also pretty neat. That's all ice. Like, it's gorgeous. This side isn't quite as gorgeous as that other side was. I don't know if the water was churning it up or making it different, but coming through that other side was just simply stunning. So I'm just walking through the snow on the way up here and realizing this is the first time I've ever walked through the snow. Like I said, it snowed in '93 in Mobile, and it was a little bit more slushy than this like fresh powder type snow. Really neat. Well, apparently somebody wasn't as chicken as I am. Alright, so this is Eagle Point Cave, and I have either made the coolest decision ever to come up here because of just the thrill of climbing it, or the boldest, dumbest decision of my life for making the decision to come up here and climb it, because there were several spots that were very slippery. And I really wasn't thinking about, well, now I've got to go back down, so might hang out here till the snow melts. Also, so I was just studying the cave and noticed this tree is just on nothing. That is super cool. Alright, so as I'm sliding down, I noticed that some of these little snowballs are actually beating me down the hill. That is so neat to me. I mean, I don't know why it's so neat. It's just snow. But for somebody who's never seen it before, it's pretty neat. Alright, so I'm walking back. I'm just steadily looking at my footprints in the snow. And I look up and see that again. I'm like, that's just not right. That shouldn't be a thing. Okay, so you know I couldn't get away without doing it. I mean, for somebody who's never really seen snow, to not take this opportunity would be crazy. Yeah, it works. about 207 steps up here to Arch Rock. And you know how I know that? There's a sign. I quit counting after about 15. That's tough after riding the bike. But no, for real. So Dan was telling me I had to come check out Arch Rock. And I really should have left the bike down there. It didn't even cross my mind. It was like a quarter-mile up and then, a quarter-mile back. But I am not going back down to move it, to come back up, to do that, to go back. You understand. Anyway, yeah, I'm going to check it out up here. And then head back down the steps. But this is just absolutely gorgeous. Look at that. All right, so this is Dwightwood Spring. There's not really much to it, but it's pretty neat. It says that there was a guy, Edwin O. Wood of Flint, Michigan, donated funds to build this whole canopy thing. And people used to come down here and sip the cool water while resting in the shade of the wooden canopy. It says now, though, the water is unsafe to drink, so I don't know if they just do that so that, whatever, but I'm not going to drink it. Not without filtering it, but I'm not going to do that either, because now I've only got like an hour and a half before the ferry leaves. All right, let's keep going. All right, so that's it, back at St. Ignace, and it's snowing again. Like, what happened over there? It was like a beach day almost, other than the 31-degree temps and 20-mile-an-hour wind. So yeah, man, what an amazing day. There was nobody out. It was really just a me and Jesus day. It turned out to be really nice, something that I needed. I never really know I need those days until they happen, All right, so I just got off the ferry. I stopped in here and got some fudge. She gave me, I bought some double chocolate sea salt. And I was like, I'm not much of a fudge fan. When I do eat fudge, it's usually peanut butter fudge. And she gave me a slice of their peanut butter fudge. So thank you so much, Rachel. I also talked to her about the church up at the top of the hill. I think it's an evangelical church that I'm going to go to in the morning. And yeah, it's really cold, so I'm going to get out of this cold, up here to the hotel room, get checked back in, and then I'll check back in with y'all in just a little bit. Love you. See you later. Alright, so I just stopped into the Driftwood Motel. They've got a nice restaurant, Driftwood Restaurant and Sports Bar, and had a pressed Cuban and a Coke. And while I was sitting there, a friend of mine from Mobile, Brace Blackman, reached out to me, and he sent me a cash app for $50. And so, Brace, thank you, my friend. You bought me dinner, but even better than the donation, he actually called and did a video call, and man, it was super encouraging. Thank you. So yeah, now I'm going to get on up the road here and get to the Firehouse Inn, where I'll stay my second night and finish up this video for the day. I love you guys. I'll see you later. I tell you what, shame on every one of y'all that recommended this Mackinac Island fudge. You know my history with addiction. So now I've got two decisions I can make. I can either quit the cycle tours, camp behind the building down there, and just bum money and buy fudge for the rest of my days. Or the other thing I've come up with is I can go buy them out with the rest of your donation, Mark Campbell, and only eat fudge for the rest of the cycle tours. This stuff is good, like soft. I mean, you guys knew what you were talking about. Y'all absolutely knew what you were talking about. This is good fudge. This is the best fudge I've ever had in my life. No hyperbole. This is the stuff. If you're ever in the Mackinac Island area, anywhere near here, Murdoch's fudge is the one I got, and phenomenal. And I'm not being paid to say that other than in peanut butter fudge that I got for free. But no, seriously, it's that good. So yeah, beautiful day today. Like, absolutely stunning. It was so nice to just kind of disconnect. You know, I expected to go to the island, and other than meeting Patty, I didn't really meet anyone else. I don't think I talked to another person on the entire trip around the island. I saw footprints, I saw bike tire tracks, I saw a couple car tracks. That's it. I did not see people. And I don't really know that I need those days until I have them, but just getting away into pure nature, like untouched, it was majestic. Like, it was just a majestic day of exploration and, you know, filming. Like, I didn't feel alone. I felt like y'all were with me. Like, I was having fun, like we were all together. It was that cool. Just, yeah, because, you know, sometimes, like, when people are around holding the phone up and talking and all that, it makes me nervous. Like, I don't like to do it. But I was able to just do whatever I wanted to on that island today, and it was super cool. Got a little squirrely on some ice. Saw just majestic beauty over and over again, from Friendship's Altar to Devil's Kitchen with icicles in it. It's shut down today, boys. And, you know, just all the other sites that I got to see. Eagle Cave, not falling all the way back down the mountain after I climbed up to that. Eagle Point Cave. But it was beautiful. It was just absolutely beautiful. Thank you, everyone that recommended it. Thank you, everyone who, Dan Rabourn especially, who said, look, I will pay for you to go if you go. Like, thank you. That is much appreciated. I cannot thank you enough. I really enjoyed today. There's very few, like, days. I do not plan me days. Like, every day I go out with the intention of sharing the gospel and talking to people. And so when these days happen, it's not what I want, but it ends up being what I need. So it was good. But yeah, don't want to keep the video too long. Back here at the Firehouse Inn. Gonna just finish the video out and go to sleep and get ready for a resurrection service in the morning. Easter sunrise. It's probably not gonna be a sunrise service because it's so cold. It's terribly cold. But yeah, if you know anybody who's passed away from addiction in any form or fashion, please drop their name in the comments or find me through the Popple link in the description. That Popple link has all the Redeeming Eden social media, all the ways you can contact me, and I would love to ride for your person and celebrate their life with you for a day. If you know anybody who's addicted, actively addicted, not to fudge, I mean, I guess you could, yeah, share it with people that are addicted to fudge too. I mean, share it with anybody. And I appreciate you, Get Wrecked for Recovery crew, who is doing that, who's liking every video on YouTube, sharing every video, commenting on every video, and all of you who have subscribed to the YouTube channel. Like I said, the analytics love it, so do I, so thank you. And yeah, don't forget Redeeming Eden is a non-profit ministry through International Gospel Outreach. That link is also in the Popple link. You can go there and find out more about Redeeming Eden and about the Cody Jordan Forever Funeral Fund, which is a fund I started to help families that lose loved ones to addiction with paying funeral costs. So yeah, back in St. Ignace, cold day, snowed a little bit in the sunshine on the island, but not too much, but it was just strange to leave from the mainland in the snow and come back and have it being snowing again. Tomorrow looks good, the next day looks really snowy, but you know what, I kind of got my sea legs with ice riding down. And not to say I'm not going to wreck, but I understand what's happening. Like, I thought as soon as I hit ice, I would just fall over. But I guess because the front wheel is turning, it climbs up onto it, even if it's slippery, and just kind of, it's squirrely is the best way I know how to put it, but it's not like you don't immediately just go, and fall over. So yeah, that's it for the day. Man, super great day. Look out at all the islands. I think I've done probably more than I can think of right now offhand. But Whidbey Island, the Keys, so Key West, and all the other Keys. Long Island, Manhattan, which wasn't really a biking island, but there was some cool bike paths through there. And then Mount Desert Island, so Cadillac Mountain, Bar Harbor. Out of all those places that cyclists go to enjoy it, Mackinac is number one in my book, by far. Number one, it was flat. There was maybe one hill. I think I maybe climbed 15 feet. Other than that, though, just a beautiful, like, you circumnavigate the whole island and you've always got the water next to you. It was gorgeous. By far, number one. Number one in my book. All the islands to cycle. But yeah, from back here in St. Ignace, I love you guys. Jesus loves you. I'll see you later. Have a good night.